If I was ever dating a Sagittarius, one of the things I'd prioritize with a Sag is validation. A Sagittarius does more than they should, and when they love sacrificially, especially if they are Sagittarius in stellium, Moon specifically, and Venus. These two Sages, I won't lie, they don't even know that they are very giving in their nature, mind, body, and soul. Think about if energy could be spent on you and money was energy, a Sagittarius is balling in a relationship on you. Now, they don't seek validation, but they need validation. But they're not going to ask for validation. No. A Sag is just going to be themselves. They're just going to be who they are, and in that pure, giving, kind, empathic nature, they'll give you. You know, one thing about a Sag, man, I know for a fact I've got someone who knows how to do Reiki. So a Sag has this very unconscious healing hands, healing touch vibe about them. They might not have studied Reiki, but I can tell you now, a Sagittarius, Moon, or Venus, if she loves you, if he loves you, yeah, no, you're gonna get unconscious, I don't even know what I'm doing, but the person who's receiving that energy, like healing, even if you say, hey, my back is sore, my neck is sore, can you just rub it out? A Sagittarius is gonna feel what nonsense is going there unconsciously. They, still like a donkey, Sagittarius, don't know nothing, don't know how brilliant they are, don't know how magnificent they are, because they need validation. Now, if the mother and the father didn't validate the Sagittarius, it's very hard for them to first build a relationship with love within themselves. So what happens in relationships, when they start dating, the Sagittarius thinks they need to go expedite love and, like flippin' Vasco da Gama, go travel across the seas, expedite all that energy, and then realize they're 3 years into the relationship, hey, the scale is almost off. I've given so much and not quite getting in return, even though I'm not going to ask for it. So I'm just going to maybe sit and be patient and accept what I get. And that is the same dance. That's the same dance that happens between a Sagittarius and a stomach. They jump between what they feel and what they think, and what they feel and what they think. It's Wimbledon. Thereby Serena. Novak Djokovic. They're bouncing between my gut feeling and my mind. My gut feeling and my mind. And relationships have already extended so much of themselves that, yeah, they will have this indiscretion. I don't know. They'll have this moment, and I'll say, yeah, Sagittarius, this all stems from a place in your childhood first. If you were validated, you would know how much to give, because the first person that received was you. And you won't be surprised to how much you offer when it comes to a relationship. You are one of my favorite signs. If I were to choose a partner, I'd look for zodiac placements of Sagittarius nature, because it's like dating an empath. How much better is that? Like, I'm not going to have to say nothing to this flippin' Sagittarius. They'll just know. They'll just feel it. Something's off, and they're not going to be aggressive about how they, bring it up. A Sag is very, are you fine? Let me maybe come tomorrow, or let me just take a moment. They very flexible to your emotional disposition. You don't have to say nothing. They will feel it out, but they don't force. Why? Because they also have a thing with not talking. So they respect not talking in someone not talking. They'll give you space. So I look forward to working with you guys in the bootcamp as well. Just by the way, Sagittarius bootcamp is happening. It's all online, but there's only 3 places left. Might even be only 1 place left. But it's happening online. And in this boot camp, we learn about this very point. You make phenomenal lovers, and I think you know it. If you're dating a Sagittarius, you don't need to go out and cook, even though you must treat her, because him and her, this Sagittarius loves food, and they like good food, not just this nonsense. You think it's nice. That's an opinion. That's not truth. A Sagittarius is very picky about what they eat, and they love good food, but unnecessary good food. If you were sitting with me, yes, like it, you wouldn't be eating half of the things that the Sagittarius likes. Pasta, creamy sauces, they were the flippin' warm desserts, malva pudding type vibes, you know? Custards, a Danish, nice goetertjies. You know what the Pisces likes? Sagittarius. Very much the same. But when they get into cooking, oh, they cook the best. If they get into baking, they bake the best. And it's an energetic thing. That's why when they rub you out, when they literally cook for you, when they massage that spot, they're doing it from another place, man. And sometimes so unconscious to them. And like I said, when that happens, I know this Sagittarius didn't get validated enough. So if I was dating a Sag, validation out of nowhere is how you go about it. A Sag won't ask too many questions. You just tell a Sag, hey, listen here, I know it must be hard to do this brilliance you do day in, day out. But just know I appreciate you. And maybe I'm not the best at appreciating you, but damn it, I'll do my best to learn how to appreciate you even more. But I'm just checking in, Sagittarius, and letting you know, I know you carry a lot, but I'm here for you. Like, so talk to me if you need to talk to me, whenever that be. Not that there is something to talk about, okay? Because then they overreact. So Sag, thank you. Thank you for who you are and what you are, and you are enough. You are enough. You don't got to do too much. And if you are stressing about something, take a load off. Everything is going to be fine. I promise everything is going to be fine because I'm here with you. And you're going to remind them that they're not alone. You got to remind them that they're not alone. And when if you now an honest person, now that's the other flippin' thing we got to mitigate for. If you flippin' honest. Because do you deserve a flippin' Sagittarius? I know a lot of lonely, sad, 44 years old, still Sagittarius out here in skinny jeans in the club. Oh, up, take a beat, come back home. You're not supposed to be wearing tight things like that. Anyways, 44 at your big age. Before you end up single and not wondering why, because another thing, Sag can date now, and sometimes 9 times out of 10 a Sag is going to throw anchor, which is my theatrical way of saying that they now have committed, and they are amazing committed. This is why I say I would date a flippin' Sag. Only standard Sag stellium. Don't bring no. A sun sign is not enough. I want stelliums only. But especially in the moon and in the Venus and in the sun, that is like the flippin' Travella right there. That's flippin' Arsenal beating Real Madrid last night. That's phenomenal. Phenomenal. So when you have a Sag in these placements, you have someone that in how much they give, they need to, in the subtlest way, be given back just validation. And when they find a committed partner that makes them feel that way, they really go in for the long haul. But if shit hits the fan, it takes time for them to feel it, and then it takes time for them to do something about it, just by the way. So now they're single, they're not going to try and get into another relationship very quickly. That's not their nature. Especially if they are in these placements, specifically in these placements. The heart is too heavy in gold and worth so much and grounded that you don't just pick up a block of gold and just put it somewhere else. That shit is heavy. So it's going to take time for them to move from a relationship to a relationship. And in the boot camp, I literally dedicate one talk, 1 week in the third week, where I speak about this heart space of you guys. Like I said, you are unconscious Reiki masters. You don't need the certificate. You are unconscious chefs. You don't need the stars. Michelin this and Michelin that. It's a flippin' tire. Imagine. You are who you are in your brilliance, and you are very close to God in the way you are empathic. But you have to first taste your own food before you offer me anything. You gotta make sure that it tastes good. You must even put that plate down and say, me, I know my worth. Can you handle that? Not handle it. Can you, not even match it, can you reference these behaviors in yourself? Because if your partner knows how to regulate themselves, if they are grounded, and if they know their worth, you're going to have a phenomenal relationship. Phenomenal relationship. They can have their belief in faith, you have your belief in faith. You understand needing time alone, and they understand needing time alone. How much you would offer that person if you were given space to be as big as you are would be so much more. Only if you've referenced to the universe the type of relationship you seek in first having a relationship with yourself, which is normally the part where that Sagittarius skips over. Nope. They suddenly realize they are Goku, and now they want to expedite their Goku-ness and energy and just give. And it's lacquer, it's nice, it's lovely, it's beautiful, but you don't realize that you don't ask for help, and you don't talk to to anyone about what you're going through. It's like a small group. Sagittarius always will say, oh, I got 2 friends, I got 1 friend, I've got some friends over here, but maybe they're not really friends, they are more acquaintances. I've really never, now that I realize, told anyone anything and what happened to me, blah 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 blah. And I'll say, you see, that's exactly why you won't have mirrors. You need blind spot mirrors. You need to check your blind. Also, I'll never let a Sagittarius drive. For some odd reason, Sag is very much in accidents. I don't know why, but I think I know why also. Blind spot. Don't check the blind spots. Out of nowhere, I'll never let a Sag drive. I drive. Just think it's a lot for a Sag to regulate. Remember, driving is a confidence thing, and it's all in your stomach, and you got to trust your gut with movements, and you got to preempt. If you are Sag and you are still bouncing like a trampoline between you and your mental, accidents. Not because you're bad drivers, just because I understand the probability of you having this relationship. You'd much rather be driven. I know that for a fact. You'd rather take an Uber. But even the Uber, hey, bloody hell, you out here feeling the Uber's vibes. Car smell like sleep. Or it's the opposite. You're sitting in that Uber and you can just sense what's going on. Ask the Sagittarius when they're in the Uber. They always can pick up whether a lacquer guy or not so lacquer guy. But anyways, I just thought I'd share this as information, Sag. If this is the first time you're coming across this content and it relates to you deeply, I'm not an astrologist. I'm even more curious, Sagittarius. I'm just Nathaniel. If you're curious about how I know what I know, you must get to know Nathaniel. And one of those touch points is either a boot camp, which I'm very excited to do because it's the first Sagittarius boot camp that we've done. Last year we didn't do one. This year we up in it. And then also through readings, man. I do readings as well, so it's none of this fortune teller readings. I think if you get a sense of my content, go watch the other series or watch the series on Sagittarius. You'll get a nice framework of what type of vibe I am. They're by the mystics, you get me? But I'm Nathaniel. I like just being Nathaniel. See, that is me being enough. If you want to know how deep Nathaniel goes, then you must book a reading and find out what this guy knows and how he knows and how that feels. Like you guys loving sunflowers so much.